Welcome to Saturday. It's Saturday, it's opening round. Thank you for coming to join us, and we are here to try and score some good points in this opening round session. Make sure you check the strategy guide that I posted yesterday if you want the very best tips. It looks something like this. It's full of detail. Get yourself in there. Friday, that's the video. Ferrari approved, to give you a hint at the thumbnail. So we're here on the free-to-play account as always, and we've got the Asia Pacific event coming up. Hope you've made it, and if you haven't, get in the comments so I can help you make it next week. Zhou Guanyu, Yuki Tsunoda are going to be the two that most people will use out of Piastri and Albon as well. And let's quickly show you what we've got on this free-to-play account. We are so close to Zhou Guanyu level 5, but I don't think it's going to come in time. And we've got Yuki Tsunoda rare as well. Watch out for that race start of Yuki Tsunoda. And watch out for the qualifying of Zhou Guanyu. This is the car, 114 over 174, cornering all the way as we look to try and score some decent points. I want to get 300 points today. We're going to try and find out if we will. And possibly, I might show you races 5 to 8 as well. So, part 1 at the moment is here, races 1 to 4. And let's see what we can do. We start off with race number 1, coming from Melbourne. Let's see if we can get the job done. So race number 1 then, let's get into it, and make sure you watch the full video so you can see what sort of strategies and how we run on each track. And if you can't watch the full video, come back and watch it in stages, because you might learn so much before your round today or tomorrow. So we're going to get that decent qualifying. It's going to be P17. It's not as high as I would like, with P21 for Yuki Tsunoda. I am going to go on to the mediums, and I'm going to go softs for Yuki. Yuki should still get a good start, so I'm actually going to just use maybe Merlion. And for Zhou Guanyu, I want a bit of a tyre boost, but I want race start and tyres. I'm not sure if I've got... I mean, Frost actually will be pretty good for that, so we're going to go like this. Can we get good points? Let's find out. So come on then, can we get the points in the bag? I know that's what you want to see. We're in the race screen, let's go. And it's a perfect and a fast start for Zhou Guanyu and Yuki Tsunoda. P17, P22 as we hit into corner 1. And Zhou Guanyu really got bogged down, but he's up into P14 now. And can he go around the outside into turns 3? He's through into P12 with Yuki Tsunoda not really making any ground out the back. And he's currently sitting in P22. So a very poor start from Yuki Tsunoda. However, Zhou Guanyu is currently up to P12, and now Yuki moving up to P20. So we've got some work to do on our man Yuki Tsunoda, but he's up to P19 now. So it could be a way of going forward. We've got Zhou Guanyu looking at the Williams of Albon. Williams of Albon qualifying good, but we know the Williams pace does drop back in the race. Pretty realistic if you ask me, but we're into P11. P19 for Tsunoda, as we're starting to drop, and we're in a bit of traffic here. So I'm going to push now for this pit stop. We're going to come in early. We're going to do a 2-3-3. And I think it's key to get out of this traffic, because at the minute we're struggling and we're getting held up. We've got mediums and hards ahead of us. Can we make any more places as we push to pit? And there's 2 in 1 corner. That's a brilliant move, and sees Yuki Tsunoda get up to P16. Zhou Guanyu, P12. He's doing okay there, and he's on this 1 stop, remember, as well. Let's push. Can we hold Ocon? Yes, we can at the moment. And Yuki Tsunoda already coming out of the pit. So we're going for this undercut. It's going to be tough around here, but we're going to try and see what we can do. We're going to push a little bit, and we're doing well with Zhou Guanyu. He's up to P11. We're going to push him out of these last few corners, see if we can get past Yuki Tsunoda. Can he leave a big gap? Not quite. Doesn't want to leave anything to us at all. But we're up into P9 now, and we're going to try and just keep the pressure on. Can we get past Yuki? We finally can. We're into P8. Here comes our Yuki, and he's still stuck in traffic. It's going to be a horrific race for our man. P22. It's just nothing has worked for Yuki, and he's on a decent boost as well, Merlion. He's just, look at this, he's just getting absolutely stuck behind Bottas. So this is going to be painful Very painful indeed. Zhou Guanyu is in. We're trying to just earn some power unit back. But look how much we are getting held up. This is not the race that we wanted. And now we've got more holding up in front of us. Rivals double stacking. Make sure you don't do. Look at the traffic. This traffic is chaos. We can even take nearly 2 cars at a corner. We're going to have to pit this time round. And we're going to drop back. And it's not good at all. Zhou Guanyu is all over the back of the Spanish maestro, Fernando Alonso. Can we get him? We're going to conserve through there. Yuki's going to have to come into the pits. It's not going to be a great race for Yuki. It's not going to be a great first race in Australia. But we are certainly trying to gain some back. However, Zhou Guanyu moves up to P10. Tomorrow I might try the one-stop on both drivers. It's not really the way I wanted this to go. Look at Yuki now coming out in P20. That is not great. Can we get Zhou Guanyu past Fernando? You bet we can. We're up to P9. Great move there by Zhou Guanyu. What about Yuki in P18? Past Logie Bear Sargent. We are in to P9 and P18. We've got decent tyres still remaining. And I'm surprised how well Zhou Guanyu is doing without any cornering bias on his car as well. But here comes Yuki on the back of Yuki. 2 small boys fighting over one big position. And we're through into P14. We've got that Williams ahead of us now for Zhou Guanyu. Is there any more points left in the bag? Remember, every point counts as we want to break 300. Can we do it? Can we do it? We good? We probably need 40 points here. We're not going to get that. What are we on at the moment? 27. Oh my God. As we get a few people into the pits. And we're up to P8. What about Sonoda? Can he jump any more? He's going to make 2 more spaces. And we're going up to P12. We can probably push Zhou Guanyu. We can probably push Sonoda a little bit as well. He's looking at Stroll, whose daddy is keeping us ahead. Or keeping him ahead. As we're trying to push. Zhou Guanyu is absolutely pushing. And we can't get past Lance Stroll. Of all people. Now we're finally through. It's going to be Zhou Guanyu coming home in P8. And Yuki Tsunoda fighting to the finish. He's got the other Aston Martin ahead. Is not going to make the top 10. It is just going to be 31 points. A tricky Australia, but that undercut just did not work for Yuki Tsunoda. We found traffic our biggest issue there. That just seemed to be an absolute pain, as a lot of the AI tended to do a one-stop. So maybe tomorrow we will do the one-stop as well with both drivers. But 31 points, we will take that. Level 7s for both drivers for the rival. And more speed than cornering. You need to swap that around, mate. But we take it, and we take 31 points. Race number 2 then. Zandvoort. Can we get a few more points out of the bag and squeak some of them extra stuff? We need it, because Australia wasn't easy. Obviously, we would love the race start and cornering boost. We just simply don't have them. So, P17 and P23, it's a long way back. I tell you what, if we had the next level Zhou Guanyu, we'd be starting P10. That is annoying that we haven't got that. So we're going to go on to the softs with Zhou Guanyu. We're going to have to use race start here. We're going to use Street Shark. Yuki Tsunoda, not too bad though. So we're going to probably look at using maybe Firework and seeing if it can help him through. Let's go. Let's give it our best here. So, can we get some big points here in Zandvoort? Race start and cornering is key. We don't have it, so what will be, will be. Fast and perfect, Yuki Tsunoda and Zhou Guanyu. But can they get through the pack? That is the biggest problem. Zhou Guanyu to the inside, takes 2 cars, through corner 1. Now coming up to corners 2 and 3, and Zhou Guanyu is coming through the inside, and he's into P13. It's an okay start for Zhou Guanyu. Yuki Tsunoda again struggling, which seems to be the common problem so far. But he's into P12 as we push through this middle section. Zhou Guanyu looking at the back of Esteban Ocon. Here comes Tsunoda getting past 2 cars as well. And we are in to P13. We've just gone backwards. Rival overtaking us on the mediums, which is interesting. And there's a straight line race between Zhou Guanyu and Ocon. But we're back into P12 and we're back ahead of the rival on their medium tyres. Sonoda still out the back. I thought he would be so much better on this race start of 90. And he's got perfect. And you just don't seem to be able to make the positions. Here's an interesting battle out there. And we're up to P10 with Zhou Guan Yu now. What about Sonoda? Still only P18. Round the outside goes Zhou Guan Yu into the top 10. Can we get P8 as well with Fernando Alonso ahead of us? Not quite just yet. And now we're going to have to surely look at saving some power unit. We're getting held up by Fernando. So we're going to try and push past. And we do manage to push past here. And we're going to now conserve through this section. Always want to conserve through here. It is the best place to save your power unit. And then push on the out of this part. You can see P15 now for Yuki. He's moving through. And he's right behind the rival Yuki as well. Zhou Guan Yu is going to come into the pits this lap. Sonoda looking at Sonoda, but cannot get through as we get a nice subscription as we're even racing. As we're recording, fair play. You're in the video, Attitude Girl. Thank you for the subscription. And now we push forward. So Zhou Guan Yu coming out of the pits. Where will he come out? P20, but that quick exit does see us go up to P19. Sonoda, can we push out as well? And we're up to P10. We're going to keep pushing here. And see if we can just get any more positions. And I don't think we can. So, needing the points, it's a bit unknown how many we're going to score. Sonoda's coming in for them soft tyres now. And hopefully Zhou Guan Yu can pick up the pace on that undercut and make up some positions. He's coming round. But he's only P13 with double Williams behind. Sonoda's out in P19. And we're going to keep pushing because there'll be some pit stops on lap 5. We're trying to just maybe try and eke out a little bit more. And here comes Zhou Guan Yu past Piastri. And we've left him for dead. That was a big move that we needed. And we are up to P11. We are pushing as hard as we can to try and do this undercut. There's a couple more in the pits. And we're up to P8 with Zhou Guan Yu. And Sonoda now going to be making some positions as well. Showing P13 right now. Maybe P12. And up to P11 for Yuki. So we are making some good ground here. We're going to save our power unit. Rival on the mediums ahead. Can we sneak out a bit more somehow? We're here with Yuki in P11. We are on the softs though. So we can look to close that gap. And here he is looking at Sergio Perez. Is there any way past? We are right behind them. We're going to push into these corners. We're going to close the gap to P6. Zhou Guan Yu ahead of us. What about Sonoda? Can he get Zhou Guan Yu? No, he can't. And now we will push Zhou Guan Yu to finish. What about Sonoda? He's under pressure from Alonso. And we are still pushing with the rival as well. Oh, Alonso gets us. We're going backwards, but we're going forward with Zhou Guan Yu. We're going to get the rival as well, or are we? Yes, we are. P5 for Zhou Guan Yu. Sonoda gets up to P11, and that is not too bad. Sonoda struggling. I didn't think he would be the one struggling. It is 34 points. It's an increase on Australia. So we're still not scoring how I would like. I'd have definitely loved something like 40s or even at 40, but we're still just struggling under that par. It was a difficult matchup. We have come away with a victory from the rival. And it was doing that 3-4 and that 4-3. Same strategy for the rival. We just implemented it better. Look at that. Rival starting something like P10. That level 5. If we can just get level 5 Zhou Guan Yu out of a gold crate, that would be buzzing. The car, more speed, over cornering. I can't tell you enough. You've got to get on the cornering, everybody. Here we go then, race number 3 in Canada, and this could be a very difficult one for us indeed. Obviously, a lot of cornering here at Canada, so we are going to probably feel the heat in this one. But we're probably going to be starting P17, P23, maybe at a guess. P16, P22, hey, here's the bonus, we're one ahead of the positions. Brilliant. Sonoda, so let's go Zhou Guan Yu. Let's try and swap the strategies around here. So we're going to go Merlion again on Sonoda because he's going to get a decent enough start. Zhou Guan Yu won't, and we're going to now go on to a bit of firework. We're trying to obviously save the boosts for the good times. So here we go. It's a 1-stop for Zhou Guanyu. It's a 2-stop for Sonoda. It's our only chance of maybe trying an undercut. And it's a perfect start for Sonoda and good for Zhou Guanyu. But can we make up some positions as we race away? It's a very slow start, but Zhou Guanyu takes the first and second corner well, and he is up 1 position into P15. Sonoda has had his Weetabix today, and he's up into P18 now as we move to Canada. So he's got a better start than he has in the previous 2 races. But P14 and P17 we are in, and we continue to move forward. And here comes Yuki Tsunoda on that good race start. He comes into the hairpin, and he's going to make some potentially even more moves. And he sits P13 with Zhou Guanyu in P14. So a very good start from the main man, Yuki. And we're going to try and just leave him pushing a little bit as he goes up the inside of Ocon and takes P12. And he's going to make a move on the Ferrari, Carlos Sainz. Brilliant moves. Can we get maybe Fernando Alonso as well? I tell you what, he might be small, but he packs an overtake. Oh man, Yuki. And we are looking at that Fernando Alonso move. We're going to keep pushing. Round the outside he goes. Yuki is on fire here in Canada. He is up to P number 10. Zhou Guanyu looking after that medium tyre. Just trying to hold the pack up a bit. And he's losing spaces, but... well, places. I don't know why I keep calling it spaces. But we are pushing well. And that means it's going to be better for Yuki Tsunoda coming out the pits when he does. But just P10, we're going to have to pit this time round. We are going to come back for some servicing. We are going to push this section just to see if we can get through. And maybe like every half a tenth will absolutely count. And now we come in to pit. So good pit stop needed by the AZW F1 pit crew as Yuki comes in. And we are going to lap 4 with Zhou Guanyu. He's got a quicker pit stop, remember, on that Merlion. There's a fair few in the pits. And we are a magnet for the traffic today. He comes out P14. Zhou Guanyu sat behind Carlos Sainz and the Aston Martin as well. So we're just not getting that look that we need in running. And Zhou Guanyu nearly getting past Carlos Sainz there. But we've used all that power unit. Doesn't stop Zhou Guanyu coming through. And now we are in P7. Into the pits will come. Yuki looking at the back of Yuki. And he takes over with him just struggling a little bit. And we move now into P9. But we've got one more stop. And that's a great move into P8. Yuki flying. And what about the exit from Zhou Guanyu? He gets past Stroll. Can he get Piastri as well? Yes, we can. It's a brilliant exit. Gasly would complete the perfection. And we're in to P13. Brilliant moves. And that is much needed. Because Zhou Guanyu's got to earn some power unit. He's defending as well, which is good. Can we get past maybe Zhou Guanyu into the hairpin? Yes, we can. We're up to P12. No power unit, but we're making moves. And Yuki Tsunoda will come in this lap. P11 now. Jesus, Zhou Guanyu, you are on fire. As he's been put out by Yuki. But can he get past into P10? Yes, he can. So Zhou Guanyu having a stormer at the minute with their moves. And Yuki Tsunoda's into P6. And this is not looking too bad for the old points. We're going to hit the pit stop now. Hopefully a good one. His pit-in doesn't need to service. We did that already. And let's see where he comes back out. He's got the Ferrari ahead of him. He should get past these coming in. Yes, he should. And we are into P6. We're going to try and close the gap on Charles Leclerc now. And that job is done already. Yuki Tsunoda from the back from P22, lighting this track up into P5. And Zhou Guanyu, with this one stop, still sitting in P8. Can we push past Sainz? It's a big lunge. And it's a big overtake. We are in to P7. That is good. What about anyone else? It's going to be tricky to get P4, I think. And it's going to be tricky to make a move for P6. But we'll try and close that gap and maybe do a lunge at the end. We're going to run out of power unit. That's going to be our biggest issue. But we've closed on that Red Bull very quickly. And it is Max Verstappen sitting down in P4. Let's try and get some power unit as we attack into the hairpin. Can Yuki get P4? Oh, thought we had it. Thought we had P4 there. It's not going to be. But it is going to be a quality race from Yuki Tsunoda. It's P5, Zhou Guanyu P7. That's more like it. It is 38 points. It's not quite 40. But that race came together nicely, and it's a brilliant 38 in Canada. So we will take that all day long. 38 points was a big result here in Canada. You can see level 7, level 8 for the rival, and a big cornering setup as well. More speed, but we have managed to take that big victory. 38 points. We are down to one more to go in this part of the video. Here we go then, race number 4, the final race of part 1. Can we get some points? Basically, we needed like 150 at this halfway stage, so we could be on track for the 300 mark. It's not going to be the case, I don't believe. I think we're going to be around that 140, but we qualify P17 and P22. We're going to do Zhou Guanyu because he's got better tyre management, and we're going to put him on, actually, we're going to put him on the Frost. Well, we don't really need that much, but I feel like I'm going to use that. Yes, I'm going to use it anyway. Why not? Yuki Tsunoda's going to start on the softs again, and we are going to put him on, this time, a bit of tuning to see what happens. Let's give it our all for race number 4. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get race 4 in the bank. Good starts needed. Come on. Where's the perfects? There's one. Yuki Tsunoda from the back. And it is a good start by Zhou Guanyu. Right round the outside through turns 1 and coming through his turns 2. It's going to go to the hairpin in P11 with a great move up the inside. Be very nice. And there it is. It's P10 for Zhou Guanyu. Brilliant start. Yuki Tsunoda in that traffic jam again. And look at that for a move by Zhou Guanyu into P9. Rival in P16 and P19. So we've got the great start that we needed here. And now Yuki Tsunoda round the outside of Yuki, and he's into P16, and he's coming forward. He's going P15. Yuki, from awful starts to brilliant starts. 2 out of 2 races awful, 2 races great. He's up to P14. Zhou Guanyu will push him into the hairpin again, and he's sitting right behind then Carlos Sainz. Can we get a move up the inside? Lunges it late, and we are through. And look at that, double move on the Aston Martin by Yuki. Yuki's on fire in race number 4. Race number 3 was brilliant. Race number 4 is getting better. He's just warming up as he moves into P10. And we can do 3 laps on this soft tyre. That's going to be music to my ears as we now approach Kevin Magnussen and what looks to be Carlos Sainz. Yuki, inside line, past Sainz. Can he get Magnussen as well? Yes, he can. Yuki from poor to brilliant. He is into P8. What a move. And Zhou Guanyu looking at the back of Lewis Hamilton sitting there in P6 as well. So we've got some good chances of some good points here as Yuki now rounds the final corners, and he will come into the pits as Zhou Guanyu moves himself up to P6. Can we get P4 with P3 now? Here we go, Zhou Guanyu up to P3 on that Frost. And that is a very good start. What about Yuki Tsunoda? He comes our priority now because he's got to get through some of these cars. He goes round the outside and takes 2. Man, what has Yuki had for breakfast after race 2? Because he's a man on a mission. So P3 though, Zhou Guanyu, epic first stint. And on that one stop, it's going to be beautiful. What about Yuki? He's got Alex Albon ahead. Not anymore. He's quickly behind. What about Russell? Oh, surely he's no match for our mean fighting machine of Yuki Tsunoda. And he is out nicely. Zhou Guanyu jumps ahead of Zhou Guanyu at the hairpin. Brilliant move. We've found some form in this race. And there's got to be some big points on offer here. So we've got to keep at it. We've got to get some power unit back on Yuki because he's going to drop back when he pits on lap 6. So we're just going to have to watch this out because it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. Zhou Guanyu leaves the barn door open, but we just can't make it through. And now we are right behind. Zhou Guanyu up to P4. And Yuki's now up to P5. This is very, very good for ourselves, and we've got plenty of power unit to push with Zhou Guanyu as well. Just got to watch the tyres. And Yuki sitting in P5. He's going to drop back maybe to P10, P11. But we are just trying to give some power units so we can hammer them last 2 laps in sections. But we'll push into pits now. Very good job done by Yuki to get P5. And now there's just 3 cars ahead. We've got some tyre management left on Zhou Guanyu to use. And we are pushing down to P3 at the hairpin. That P3 is Lando Norris. Where's Tsunoda? We said it'd be 10-11. It is P12. So a lot of work to do. It's not going to matter though, because round the outside Yuki goes. But Zhou Guanyu's up to P3 as well. This is action-packed. As Yuki gets into P10, this is a surreal race. And now Yuki is trying to get to that Alpine of what looks to be potentially Ocon. As Zhou Guanyu is up to P2. We're flying. Ocon does pit from P10. And that brings Yuki into P8. We are on for some good points. Tsunoda trying to catch. There's a handful of cars ahead of him. He's not got any power unit left though. And nor have we on Zhou Guanyu, who's right behind Max Verstappen. Can we take the victory? I think we can. I think Zhou Guanyu is going to take victory here. And he is. Zhou Guanyu in Abu Dhabi taking P1. And I tell you what, Yuki Tsunoda's moved up to P6. What a race at Abu Dhabi. It can be a thrilling track. Championship deciding as well, this track. But look at that, we've demolished it. P1 and P6. Incredible. 43 points. That is more like it. That's what we need from our races. Team score of 1331, taking 43 points at Abu Dhabi. That is terrific. Showing you what we did there. We did a 1-stop with that Zhou Guanyu. We did a 2-stop with Yuki Tsunoda. And that paid absolute dividends. He got through the field from P22, P23 to take P6. Rival was running that level 7, level 4. So we actually had better drivers. But the rival had better speed than us. We had the more cornering. But we're halfway through. We've done part 1. Let's see how many points we're on. With that big score, are we on for 300 points? Let's go and check it out. Are we going to get that 300 magic number? That's what we really need. So far, we are on 146. That means we are 4 points short of that 150 target at the halfway mark. Stay tuned. Make sure you watch part 2, which will be out later this evening. Can we get 300 points on the free-to-play account in the opening round? Make sure to come back and find out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Over 50% of you watching do not or have not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and especially with the new season coming in May, you're going to want every single tip that gets out there so you can get ahead of all your rivals.